see, I don't know how many times have you heard this on a trail? Oh, I was walking down the trail and we just got relaxed. The next thing I'm on the ground. This is a sport. Now, if your horse is really bomb-proof and things are okay, well, maybe. But I tell you what, a ballet dancer's never relaxed. They're relaxed in here. They're relaxed here. You saw the I'm giving away stuff at the show tonight. The flamenco dancer. Julio, a very good friend of mine. I work with Julio. Oh, I'm giving away more. I'm so excited. I haven't done mine. I'm a good kid. The flamenco dancer, when she comes out, all that's relaxed. Ankles are relaxed, the knees are relaxed. But this part of the body, in the rider, is normally pretty tough. It's normally pretty, it's so cool seeing friends that I know and the stands are so great. And you start to go, oh, hello, you know.
It's always in
This part of the body, do you know, who's heard of the sport of vaulting? Equestrian vaulting. Is that it?
No.
Is that all you know? Now if you get Emily Ferran out here, Guy McLean's girlfriend, because she does equestrian vaulting, that's gymnastics on horseback. That's the one where they wear the leotard or unitard and they hang upside down and stand on their hands and do all these things. And they lift people onto the horse. Let's try that again. Eyes up, chin up, backside down. And look, she's nice and strong. Now let's just do this. Just drop your chest. Right? And look how easy I can get her off. Needless to say, with Lizzie here, being such a great rider, I can pull her around just to the level that I know I'm not going to scare her or pull her off, right? I'm pretty good at catching my vultures, especially. But how interesting. Chest up, she stayed on. Chest down, she come off. Right? I don't like coming off. There is a biomechanics trainer in England that often talks about dropping the chest. And yeah, you know, if you've got good posture, then you can probably afford to drop the chest and toughen up. But most of us are like this. Most of us are round-shouldered and our hands in front of us. So if we start to lower our chest, then there's a problem. So needless to say, it depends what you're doing. Have a look at this one again. I'm going to do it diagonally so I don't pull her off. Give me this hand here. And just in a seated position. If I look at me on my toes, I can barely reach. Elbow back, chest up, thumb on top, she's okay. Watch the hand roll over. As the hand, here I'm starting to roll, I'm going to let you roll over and I'll get to there and gotcha. Right? Who would have thought that the thumb can dislodge a rider? Because all I did, I said, here, and I'm pulling, and that was okay. And then I went like this, like this, like this, like this, and eventually, I could get her off. Needless to say, that ability to roll the hand over is actually in the dressage rule. Article 418, page 27, subsection 8 of the dressage rule book, FEI rule book says the thumb must be the highest point of the hand. Why? Because in cavalry movements, I can pull you off. My trade stand's just down here, and for the entire weekend, I'm going to be doing seat posture assessments. When I come to the trade stand, it's free. And you'll see me on a ball, and I'll roll my hands over, and the ball rolls forward. So in other words, the thumb is putting weight on the two front feet of the horse as the thumb rolls over. So that's pretty darn amazing. All right, one time again for me, just loose rope. That's a go, well done. Okay, so we've had a look at falling in. We've had a look at falling out. There's a question over here. I'm as deaf as a post, so I better move. How can I help you? Yeah, I've got fucking stirrup length. Yeah, okay. The lady was asking about stirrup length. How long should the stirrups be? How short should the stirrups be? Well, you know what, it depends how old you are. If you're old and a habit like me, sometimes I allow my stirrup a little longer because my back hurts and my knees hurt, my ankles hurt. That's all I've got left, right? But that's not ideal, okay? That's not an ideal technical decision, right? That's just whatever I've got left. With endurance riding, for example, I often say to the endurance riders or long trail riders, start one hole normal, or maybe 2. And start a little shorter, so halfway through the trail you can lengthen it 1 hole. And then towards the end of the trail, when you're turning into a cripple, you can lengthen another hole. But if you start long, then already you're in trouble, so you've got nowhere to go then. We can test and we can see what is the best position of the length of stirrup, depending on the sport, okay? Now, come in for a second. We'll face you that way because your backside's not the best angle that you've got. That's it. That horse next reins well. I'll tell you what, beautifully trained horse. Let's check it out. Stand up for me. And put yourself in a jumping position for me. So dead straight feet. The kneecap comes on. In a jumping position. Now the angle that we were measuring yesterday in the theory lecture was 120 degrees. Try and get that knee onto the saddle because remember I can get you off before. Stick your toes out when you get you off. That measures at 120 degrees and it looks exactly like the British Horse Society. Now you don't have to worry about that. This is where people get a bit too technical, right? 120 degrees. And then the next thing they're going off. Now your second metatarsal phalangeal joint, the outside of the greater trochanter of the femur is like, who cares, right? I'm jumping downhill, I've lost a stirrup, all I can remember is, dear Lord, let this not be the day, please, right? So that's the 120 degree angle. Let's check it out. Sit down for me. Take your feet out of the stirrups. Let both legs hang long. Her ankle knobble's right here. I'll come around on the other side in a minute. Her ankle knobble's right here. And that's just above the ankle knobble. So this is perfect for this height of jumping. Okay? It might not be perfect for this height of jumping because the backside is more out of the saddle. Here's the ankle knobble here. And it's just above the ankle knobble. For flat work, for dressage work, you're upright and your backside's in the saddle most of the time. Now I say most of the time because a lot of the times we're trying to get our horses to go forward, we lean forward and hurry them up like a jockey, so hurry up. The lecture last night was about impulsion. And a lot of people are dead upright like a cowboy, going, I wonder why my horse is slow. Well, ride like a jockey for a minute, he soon won't be. Get off his back and ride like a jockey. So, if I'm in flat work, the stirrup sits just underneath the ankle knobble to create that same angle because her backside's in the saddle. So over here, here's the ankle knobble again. Just relax for me, that's good. Here's the ankle knobble. Just underneath the ankle knobble would be perfect for dressage and flat work, cowboy work, polo cross, all of that. You'll notice tonight at the show when you see Diamond Clean ride, and boy, don't he ride, he's so fast, I mean it's just incredible. And he has a perfect 120 degree angle, yet he's an Australian stockman. And and the jumping when the backside's out of the stirrup has that same angle. And the top dressage riders, I've got some photos at my trade stand to show you, top dressage riders do not ride with long straight legs like you think they do. Because if they did, Article 418, page 27, subsection 5, 1 mark would be taken from the rider. Because the heel would be up, and then the rider would have a problem. So, the moral of the story is, just underneath the ankle for flat work, just above for the first level of jumping, and that same distance again for the next level of jumping, and then gets shorter and shorter as things get faster and faster. So the jockeys ride with very short stirrups, probably too short, and the dressage rider would ride with very long stirrups, probably too long. And the ideal is to try to keep that bend of the knee, bend of the ankle, bend of the hip. And it's pretty simple, just underneath the ankle knobble when you're wandering around. Did that answer that? When I start answering something, I'll tell you what, I can get a PhD on it. Alright, thanks Rick. How about we give a big round of applause for Rick over here in the hat. Rick is amazing, he's at all these shows, you know, and he's incredible. He's an amazing guy, he's great fun, and all these volunteers and the helpers here, they never get a bit of a hand. And you know, it's great if you're walking past him and say thank you very much, because people like that, this show wouldn't exist with people like that. Alright, without people like that. Alright, wind it off again for me.